tips and tricks on how to do a French ombre or a baby boomer, whatever you shall call it. Now, the gel products that I have are from En Vogue. You can either use a gel polish or you can use a potted gel paint or a potted color hard gel. It's completely up to you. This video, I'm going to show you how to use a gel paint, and the tips and tricks are going to be the same. Doesn't matter what gel you are using. Now, you can use an ombre brush for this, but I'm not a fan of using an ombre brush when I'm doing this because I don't like how it blends out and fades. So I prefer to use a sponge. I just cut one in half so that way I don't waste the rest. A little tip, if you are going to do this with an ombre brush, make sure you have a lint-free wipe so that way you can constantly keep your brush clean so you don't have all the gel sitting on the end of it, because sometimes that might be why you're having trouble. I'm going to take some of this, pop this on here, and I'll be right back. Whether I'm using a gel polish or a potted gel, I like to put the product on a palette. Then I'm going to take my sponge and load my sponge up like this. Okay, so then when I go in and do this, I'm going to start from the bottom and work my way up to the top. So let's say I want to go right around there. I'm going to make sure the bottom has enough color, but when I want to fade this section out, I'm going to move my sponge over to a clean side and just lightly tap the top part. So therefore the top part will look nice and faded and blended out. And then if I want to repeat this more times, depending on the opaqueness of the French fade or the baby boomer that the client wants, then I will repeat that. I hope those little tips and tricks help. I'm going to show you how I draw a French. I'm not going to say that this is a perfect French. This is just the way I was taught. So I have the double-ended striper from En Vogue, and I have a black gel paint. The gel paint I'm using is not from En Vogue because I don't have any of their gel paint. I'm using for Magic Gel, the Universal Black. My preferable method for doing a French is a gel paint instead of a gel polish. So what you want to do is I start the lines at my corner points, meaning the corner where the natural nail ends and where the extension begins. So I'm going to put a little dot there. Then I want to go across and put another dot somewhere around there. So that way it's going to be level. Then we have to determine how far down we're going. So let's say I'm going to go here. Okay. So since I have my brush loaded, I'm going to draw a line going from here to here, and I'm going to curve that line a little bit. Then if it's on a client, I'm going to twist the client's hand around this way. But since it's my own hand, I'm going to go kind of in this direction. Okay. I'm going to draw another line. And I'm going to curve it a little bit as I go. So for the line in the French is going to look something like this. Now, once you get your line up there, then you can switch to another gel brush, say something like this, and then you literally can use the brush to paint the gel on, but then use a detail brush just to fill in any of the gaps. And this is what I mean by I prefer a gel paint over a gel polish for a French, because you can see how thin that product is laying on there. the product with a potted gel or gel paint, since it's a thicker viscosity and it's more pigmented than a gel polish, as I said before, you can get this to lay on thinner. So see how thinner that product is laying on there? Therefore, there is no big bump in product from your extension to wherever you put the French. Therefore, you can just float the top coat on there and call it a day. So I hope this little tutorial helps. If anyone has any other questions, let me know. Now, I came across a post today from On Vogue saying that you can use their Connect, which is part of their Simply line. Get this as a blooming gel. Let's give this a try and let's see how well this works, shall we? So I have my swatch stick. So I did one color of Provence Rose and I cured it. Now I'm going to go in with the Simply Connect and put a thin layer down. And if this works, this will be a blooming gel as well as a base gel. So we did one thin layer. I'm going to take the color purple and put that on my silicone mat, because we all know I love purple. I'm also going to take from Crystal Nails the Zero Short Brush. Let's pick it up and let's do some animal print and let's see how well this works. But it's spreading. I'm just playing around to see how well this blooms, but it's blooming nicely. How did I never thought to use this base gel as a blooming gel? But can we just see how, I mean, I know the pattern isn't looking like an animal print, but I'm just playing around with it to see how well this blooms. So that's why I'm putting a bunch of little dots everywhere. But I mean, look how freaking nice that bloomed. Well, look at that. I now have a blooming gel that I could use that's HEMA-free. Thank you for the tip, On Vogue. I'm going to show you how to do a quick and easy ombre using these two gel polishes from Magic Gel. So let's get started. Since I'm doing this as a demo, I'm going to show you how to do this on a swatch stick. So I'm going to have the dark color on top and the lighter color on the bottom. So we're going to go in with number 249 first, and I'm going to do a small little area on top. And since darker colors are more pigmented, you don't need a lot of the gel polish on top, just a little bit, something like that. Next, we're going to go in with Blue Lagoon, and the rest of this is going to get filled in with this color. I'm going to butt the colors up nice and close, but they're not going to touch, because then I'm going to go in with an ombre brush and I'm going to fill everything in the middle. So when you're doing this, you can do this one of two ways. You can either go really slow and pat it back and forth, or you can go side to side. So first, I'm going to start off by taking the top and I'm going to drag it down. And as I pat the gel polish side to side, it's going to bring down that darker color. And remember, with doing an ombre, you need to work, I like to work a little bit slower, and also don't forget to have a little patience, because the first layer you do this, it's not going to look pretty the first layer. I always like to do more than one layer when it comes to an ombre, so that way by the time you get to the top layer, it's going to look exactly how you and your client want it to look. And once I get this how I want it, I'm going to pop this in the lamp and I'm going to cure this according to manufacturer's instructions. This is what it looks like after one layer. So now we're going to go in with the second layer and we're going to finish blending this together. Also, just a little FYI, while you're doing this, don't forget to clean your ombre brush periodically. If you have too much gel product in your brush while you're doing the ombre, sometimes that's not going to help you ombre your gel polish or your potted gel correctly. So clean the gel brush periodically while you're doing the ombre, so that way the ombre will come out nice and smooth. And that is with both layers together. And I did, as you saw in the video, both techniques of tapping and dragging it down and going side by side. So I hope you like this quick and easy tutorial on how to do an ombre using 2 different gel polishes. If you have any more questions, let me know in the comment section down below and I'll talk to you later. Bye.